Hey everybody, it's Heather, and today I am back with a unofficial official podcast, I guess. Today is June, 14th, and this is our unofficial official podcast number 13. Today I am going to be showing you what I am working on now, my works in progresses. I won't be showing you any finished objects because it's been so long since I made an unofficial official podcast. It's been since August of last year. I mean, I've made some other smaller videos in between, but I haven't made any podcasts. So in theory, everything I've done since then would take a very long time to show. So I'm going to show what I am working on now. And one project that is going to be my next cast on after I finish one of these items, and I am going to show you one acquisition. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the smallest. I am knitting a pair of socks for my husband. This is supposed to be finished by June 20th because June 20th is our 7-year wedding anniversary, and traditional on the 7-year anniversary you give a wool gift. Well, I'm going to knit him a pair of wool socks, right? I'm not going to finish. There's no way I can finish 2 socks by then because I'm doing a test knit that is due on the 17th. And this is all I have done of 1 sock. I am just now starting the heel. I literally, get back over there. I literally just started the heel. So this is the first sock. I'm making a vanilla sock. I did a 2x1 ribbed cuff, and then, I did 30 rounds of the leg, and then I'm gonna do the heel flap, gusset, foot, toe, sock. Yay! This is the yarn that I am using. I received this in a wool swap package a while ago. It's been a few years. This is Regia Stretch Color. I've never used a yarn exactly like this. This is cool. I'm going to show you what I mean. It is, when you unravel it, look, I don't know if you can see, but there is a white strand inside that's kind of elastic. So it has a lot of stretch. And it says that Regia Stretch for a perfect fit, no stretching of the welt. I don't know what that means because I'm not British. Highly elastic, elite fiber for a perfect fit, cozy and comfortable to wear with a 10-year Regia guarantee. So this is made out of 70% wool, 23% polyamide, and 7% polyester, which is the elastic string. So it's pretty cool. This is the lot and color number. I don't know which one is which because I do not speak, I guess, yeah, German. I don't speak that, I just speak English. So this is my first work in progress. Like I said, they need to be done by the 20th, but my goal at this point is just to get one done and hand it to him and say, here, I'm gonna knit you another one this week. I love you. Happy anniversary. But the yarn is working out beautifully. Like, it's so pretty. Love it. It's beautiful. So that is my first work in progress. And I am using US 1, 2.25, 9-inch circular needles. And then I am using, bamboo, because I like bamboo needles. That's my jam. Okay. This is my yarn bag that I'm holding it in. I think this is hilarious. It says knitting takes balls and born to knit. It's got these like really cool skeleton yarns with wings and stuff on it. It's made by Mrs. Brown. Mrs. Brown's Bags. I bought it in a D-stash. I didn't buy it from that company. So there's that. My next work in progress is my biggest one. It's my test knit that is due on the 17th. In May, I did a test knit for the Chesapeake needle, and she had another test knit, and I was obsessed with the name of the project, and that's what made me want to cast it on. This is the Rivendell Tea. Rivendell is, you know, a place in Lord of the Rings, and I am obsessed with Lord of the Rings. It's one of my go-to movies that I watch when I'm like, you know, I watch it a lot. Like on holiday weekends and stuff, I watch all 3 of them, the extended editions, and then I will watch The Hobbits as well. So, like I said, this is called the Rivendell Tea. It is by the Chesapeake Needle, and it's due on the 17th. I'm not sure of the release date yet, but it's a really, really cute pattern. However, I've crossed a bridge where there's an issue. I've gotten the entire front done. Try to hold this up as best as I can. It's knit bottom up also. I should throw that in there. So I've got the front done. What's awesome is that little lace panel all the way down the front. The problem is this looks so big to me. Like, it looks huge. Like, I don't know. It's supposed to have 5 to 6 inches of positive ease, and I hope that with the drape of this yarn that it's going to pan out, because at this point, this thing looks like a tent. And I can't really try it on well because, you know, the front's done, and then the back is almost to the point where I only have 3 more rows back and forth. 1, 2, and then 3 before I like knit and then bind off for the neckline, and then knit, and then just do the one strap and the other strap, and then you know, attach them, and then you pick up for the sleeves, which also has this going down the top of it, and it's a short sleeve, so it's like here. Oh, and don't mind my farmer's tan. I walk a lot in the evening, in the daytime, and then the evening, and apparently I got a kicking tan on my arms, but not on my arm. Up here. It's really funny. You want to see something really funny though? Look at how bad it is on my wrist. Where I wear my watch. I think that's hilarious. So what I lost my train of thought because I had to talk about my tan lines. Ridiculous. But as I was saying, I hope that the drape of this makes up for the fact that it is so large looking. I know that the yarn is drapey, and it's a heavy yarn. It is a cotton linen blend. Let me find my tag here. Just had it before I went off on my little tangent. Okay. I am using Juniper Moon Farms Summer Solstice, which is a luxurious linen and cotton tweed. 48% linen, 24% cotton, 24% viscose, and 4% polyester. It is a number 2 weight yarn, 295 yards to 100 grams. Here's the label. I am using number 5, which is Baby's Breath. I wanted to use a green for this because Rivendell Lord of the Rings just brings to mind the most luxurious greens I can imagine. And this is what the color looks like up close. When I bought this, I was not expecting a thick, thin yarn. I thought this was going to be a fine yarn. Number 2, like, you know, sport weight yarn. But if you notice, there are lots of places where it's thick and thin. I didn't know that in the description. It did not say that on this website that I purchased this from. So it was kind of a shock to me. And because of that, the lace looks not as neat, I think. Like that looks like it's a mistake, but it's not. It's just for the yarn. It's thick. I mean, the lace is beautiful regardless, but the thick and thin yarn is not a choice that I would have chosen for this. Had I known that this was going to be like that, I wouldn't have chose this yarn. I love the way the yarn feels. Even though it's a linen, it's a very soft yarn. My only other complaint about this yarn, other than the thick and thin, is that the yarn looks worn. Like, I'm knitting this. I haven't worn this yet. Look at all those pieces that are like coming off. They're like worn looking. Like, you see those? And I don't understand why it looks so worn. Like, how is that going to be for longevity with this? Because I don't know. I just feel like if it looks worn and all it's getting is the, you know, movement from me flipping it and knitting it, how's it going to look when I wear it? I don't know. Well, that's all I got to say about this, I guess. You know, this is what I have left of my third ball. Yeah, I guess it's a ball because, yeah. I don't have one of the full balls to show you because the last ball that I have is falling apart because these balls are slippery and they fall apart. And I have been hand winding them, but I didn't this one. I don't know why, but I didn't. But this should be done soon. Like I said, I have 3 more rows. Well, 1 more decrease on the back, and then I'll do like, I think it's like 8 rows or something of that. Then you attach it, and then you pick up sleeves, stitches. And there's a button band, I mean, a neck band, which isn't very much. So that should be done in a few days. Hopefully before my test knit is due, because it is the 14th. That means I have 3 days left to knit this. Whatever. My next work in progress is a small one. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I haven't done a whole lot. I've done one section of the Find Your Fade shawl by Andrea Mallory. Like I said, I did one section. Ah, my hair. Itty bitty. Looks like a little bathing suit bottom or a thong. I'm not using fade. I'm not fading. I'm using a yarn that fades itself. This is a twister cake by Hobby, Hobbii. It is 55% cotton and 45% acrylic, and it is gorgeous. Like, look, guys, I am so into the greens right now. It's all I really want to knit with. Because that's all I really like right now. Like, the natural colors is so pretty. This is beautiful. I do not remember the name of the color, but the color number is 52. These come from Denmark, so it can take a minute to get here, or customs can grab it and hold it, because that's what happened to mine. I actually bought this for a test knit, and then it didn't come in time, and I had to find something else to do with it. And I'm like, well, I've always wanted to knit Find Your Fade, so let's do it with this. See how it pans out, you know? And I am using my pink Leica needles for this because I have almost every color of the Leica needles at this point. I have like the gray ones, the most popular, like charcoal color. I have a green set. I have 2 pink sets. And now I have a set of blue DPN, the DPN set, the blue one. So I'm getting there, guys. I'm gonna have all of them for a while. So there's that. I'm not gonna talk much about this. I'll talk about this more as I knit it more because, you know, it's not like I've knit a whole lot. I've knit the first section, and that's not a lot. So my next work in progress is going to be this monster. This is called the Diana sweater, maybe. I don't know. The Diana sweater, and it is by Rachel Bardella. This is actually, like, there's none of these finished on her projects on Ravelry, which is one of the reasons I wanted to knit this. Like, it was a free pattern. It's a super simple pattern. It's a really cute look, and there are no finished objects. I am the 5th project. None show up, like, when you click it, like, so nobody's finished it, and it's like so simple, super cute. I'm gonna show it to you. The only picture I have is this. I didn't print off the front page of the pattern because I didn't need it. I didn't really need this, but I like to have paper patterns because I reuse my patterns, and my daughter wants one of these, I think, so I'll reuse it. Here it is. Okay, I have made some modifications to this, and they may seem strange to some people, but I will explain. This is the first sleeve is done. Isn't it so cute? It's like so belled. It's a little bit more belled because I started the increases earlier than she did. How about that? And that's so cool. And this is also a green, if you can tell. It's so pretty. And I am now working on the second sleeve. So I'm already starting the increases to make the bell. That's so pretty. Okay, the modifications I made to this pattern was, I did use a different size needle than called for. I don't remember what I used for the, well, I guess I do know. This is a 10.5 millimeter, 10.5 US. This called for, let me see this here. Hold on one second and we'll find out. This is a 6.5 millimeter. It called for a 9 millimeter, I think. Well, it called for a 7 millimeter to knit the body and a 9 millimeter to cast on. And I didn't want a holey sweater. Like, this is even a little bit holier than I wanted. But it's nice, and I think that it'll you know, wear well. It is a crop sweater, and I did make it longer because I don't want it cropped. And I also made this a couple rows longer because in her pattern it was long, but because I used smaller needles, it shrunk up some, you know. It made the, you know, gauge difference. So I made a little bit more of those. I made it longer in the body. And I also have a very large bust. And the pattern is not size inclusive. I think there's two sizes, small, medium, medium, large. I knit the medium large. I added some extra stitches because I know that I have a large bust. It's not a joke. It's not like huge, but it's big. I mean, I have like a, I don't even remember what my circumference is. I'm nursing, so there's that. That's why my bust is so large. What I did to make up for the fact that this is not, you know, size inclusive to a bust, I added stitches in the bust area. Instead of doing short rows or anything, I literally went to the center where my breast would start. And instead of cleavage, I added stitches. I picked up and knitted an extra stitch every row, or I knit front and back, knit front and back. Next row I knitted, the next one I did knit front back, knit front back, knit. And then I did that for a few rows, and it actually gives this look like it's in the middle of a boobie, right? Genius. I don't know what made me think that was a good idea, but I did it anyway. And I also added more here, but I added, instead of adding more for the sleeves so much, I added more for the front, because obviously here is where your breasts are, so I needed more for the front, and I didn't really need it for the back, so I only added the extra stitches for the front and not the back, because I didn't need them back there. My back isn't big. So I think it looks cool. It does fit. It's not blocked or anything, but I'm so close to being finished with it. Like, let's see. I mean, granted, there's a lot of material down here, so I have quite a bit left to go. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to hold it up. I have literally just the big part. So this should be finished soon. As soon as I finish the test knit that I am working on, I am going to go hog on this and finish it. That's my goal. So now, let me tell you about the yarn I'm using. This is another hobby yarn. That's ironic. 2 in 1 podcast. Yeah, this is Hobby's Divina, which is ironic. I bought this for a test knit. It never came. It got stuck in customs. I had to pull out of the test knit because I didn't have another yarn that was comparable, and I didn't want to buy it again in case it came. It never came, so they refunded my money and I bought it again, and now I'm using it for this sweater. This is like in a, I don't know the color. It's color 29. Like I said, it is Hobby Divina. It is 65% baby alpaca, 25% polyamide, and 10% merino wool. And it is a very, very fuzzy wuzzy yarn. See all that halo? It's so pretty and squishy. It's like a little cotton fluff ball. I love it. And it wasn't very expensive. I bought it when it was on sale, so it's not very expensive. It is, I guess I should tell you this too. It is a number 4 medium weight yarn. Here's some little stuff for you if you want to look at it. I love it. I'm very happy with it. I'll be very happy once it's finished. It'll be ready for the winter because, guys, it is 100 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And it is, the heat index is like 115 outside right now. And it is not even lunchtime yet. Guys, it is hot in the southeast right now. Not that I'm complaining. Could be worse. Could be hotter. Okay, one more work in progress, and then I'm going to show you my next cast on and a couple of the yarns I'm going to use for it and my stash acquisition, and that is it, guys. We'll be done for the day. I am currently knitting a blanket for my 6-year-old son. His favorite color is red. All of a sudden, I don't know if it's because of my hair or what, because up until now, his favorite color has been blue, but now it's red. So I'm making him a blanket, and I am using a ton of different colors of wool yarn in red. I'm going to rephrase it. I'm using a bunch of different brands of wool yarn in the same weight that are red. So it's going to be a little bit dimensional. I am knitting squares, and I'm going to seam them probably by single crocheting them when I get them all done. Here are the squares I have done so far. I have this one and this one. These are 2 different ones, as you can tell. And so I know that out of this Patton's yarn, I can get 2 big squares and, where's my other square? 1 little square, which is 1/4 the size of the big square. So my goal is to knit a bunch of the big squares and then like a few squares worth of the small ones, and I will like 4 square it into a big square, and then I will spread them sporadically throughout the blanket. So I don't know how many I'm gonna need at this point. I'm not sure. What I did was I cast on 40 stitches. I knit 39 rows. I bound off to make the 40th row, and that's what I did for this. For the small one, I did half because it's half the length, half the width, and that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna seam them all together. And so I have 3 full size right now done and 1 small one. I am using, I don't know where my needles are. I don't have my needles up here, so I can't tell you what size needle I'm using. Probably the one that it calls for. So probably a US 6. This is the Patton's Classic worsted label that goes with this. These are the color bright red. They are 100% pure new wool. So they are a little bit toothy. I think that will help with the longevity of the blanket. He is 6. He is a boy. He is rough. He will need something that can last. This is 194 yards for 100 grams. It is a number 4 medium weight. This is one color of red that I'm using. Another red that I am using is this, which is by Premier Yarn. It is Stitch Please, which is a superwash worsted weight, number 4, 220 yards to 100 grams. And it is in the color Harvest Nights. So we have these 2 colors. And then I'm also using this red, which is in Stitch Please 100% worsted. This one is not superwash, and it is in the color Gorgeous. That's hilarious. It's like gourd, like gorgeous. And then I'm using another Stitch Please, which is not super, it's non-superwash, and it's called RU Red E. Funny. They have in fun little names. Another Harvest Nights. I purchased all the yarn that I'm going to use, so I'm going to go hog until this is all used up. This one is called Gorgeous again. I got 2 of each color. That's not the right one. So I have 2 of these, Gorgeous. These are not the same, are they? Yeah, this one is the one. Yeah, these are the same. 2 Harvest Nights. So as you can tell, some will be superwash, some will be non-superwash. And then I have this one, which doesn't really look real red. My son says it's red. I don't think it is. It looks pink to me, kind of. I mean, if you compare this to my hair, I don't know, guys. It's called Let's Mango. It looks like a washed red. So let's see. I don't know. This one is giving me pause. And then I have this one, which is called Big Apple, which is also a little pausing because it's a little dark compared to all the other colors. Then I have, any more colors? Are you ready? We did that one. And Big Apple. So we got the 2 Big Apples, the darkest of the colors. I only bought one of these because I wasn't sure about the color. And like I said, this one is the Let's Mango. I'm not sure about the color. I mean, I might knit the squares and then just see. Then we have the Are You Readies? And that's all I got in there. And I'm guessing, I don't remember what red this is that I'm using. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's not this. I don't know. I can't remember. It's on my Ravelry project page, though. I am going to leave a link below to my Ravelry project page, like the master page, the main page, that has all the projects that I have currently working on. And I'm become pretty decent about adding the yarns and stuff that I am working on things with to that page so that it's easier for when I do podcasts, so I can just click a link instead of clicking a link to all these individual colors, like all these different reds. You can go to that page and then it said, you know, click the yarn used and it has all the colors listed. So it's easier that way. So that's all my works in progress currently. There's no, the deadline for his blanket is kind of his birthday, which is in September. And, you know, if, like I said, if I knit a square or two here or there, it's very doable. I haven't, they're fast to knit, so it's no big deal, you know? Okay, so my next to the last thing, I almost messed up there. My next cast on is for my teenage daughter. So if you're watching this, get out of here. I am making her a, what they call, a Florida wreath. It is a shrug. That is probably the best picture. Is right there. Well, I guess I can show you that one too. It is a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away, guys. I think it was a free pattern. I don't know if I paid for this or not, honestly. Sometimes I buy patterns that I don't remember. It is by Petra Breakstone. It is a very open, if you can see, I don't know if you can tell. It's very open and holy, and pretty much you knit like a rectangle that gets a little bit bigger in the middle, and then you seam up here to make it like a shrug. My daughter really likes like this gothic-y, grungy, holy, lacy, eyelet-y, black kind of look. So I am using a bunch of different weights in black yarn. I am using all black, white, and gray yarn for it. I have this Divina, like I showed you in the green, but it's black. Very pretty. I am using an Angora lace by Wisdom Yarns. This is a fine yarn, so super fine. 60% fine merino wool and 10% Angora and 30% nylon. It's black and white. I've used this in another project, so I'm using this, which is a, I want to say hedgehog fibers. Maybe it's a singles base. It's black and white. I bought this to make a cardigan, but I'm not going to use a lot of it in this, so I think it'll be fine. Then I have this bamboo pop, which is a cotton bamboo yarn that I'm going to use. It's also black. It's 50 cotton, 50 bamboo. I've had this for a long time. I bought this at a yarn store, the only local yarn store that I've ever had, and it closed like right after I started knitting. So I went and I bought a bunch of stuff. So it's sad. And then I have this, which is Vanna's Glamour. A lot of this has hair on it. I don't know why. I guess I have too many pets. It is a black acrylic-y yarn that has like shimmer in it. It is 96% acrylic, 4% metallic. So it's pretty. And then I have Kama Rose, Minstrel, I don't know. And this one is in gray. It's not glittery, but then I also have the glittery one. I have more, but this is what I brought up to show. Sparkly. She likes glitter. Then I have a black mohair. And I have a black mini with sparkles that I dyed for this purpose. I dye yarn. It's in my Etsy shop. I mainly dyed minis because I like dyeing minis. So I dyed a mini that was, you know, wool, nylon, and sparkle. Black just for this project, and there's that. So I'm gonna knit it on US size 15s, which is what the pattern calls for. See guys, I am not a needle snob. I still use my original set of interchangeables, which are Clovers by Takumi. Still have them. My husband bought me these when I first started knitting. Still have them, still use them. So that's all of my projects that I want to show. This is what I'm casting on next. As soon as I get the test knit finished, I'm not going to cast on anything else until that is finished, because that would be very irresponsible of me. So the last thing I want to show you is one stash acquisition. It is from Stephen West, so watch. That's weird. This is two things. One, it is my, I brought a knife, but there it is. One is my yarn along yarn for July. This is the last one, so this is for July. I also added on some project bags and a magazine to the order, just because if you bought things with your yarn along, they gave you a coupon for free shipping, so they would ship it all together, which is why it was in that bag. And yeah, I bought a few different project bags and a vintage pom-pom quarterly from summer 2020. So let's open not the yarn alongs first. I'll open them first just to see. They package things so good at Stephen. Goodness. Here's my pom-pom. It's summer shapes. I thought it would be fun to find some. Ooh, that is so pretty, guys. I'm probably gonna knit that. It's the Heliotropic by Erica Fuka. I don't know how to talk. I'm really looking to make some summer tops. That's why I signed up for that test knit. So I really like that. Shawl though, super cute. There's some crochet. There's crochet in here too, and knit, and lots of yarn ads. I actually subscribed to this magazine this year because I had never bought a yarn magazine like this, and then I bought the spring one, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. And then I'm like, I'm gonna keep them all and collect them. So that's what I did. I subscribed to those. But I bought a vintage one because it's a summer one, and I am down for summer things now. It's hot, and it's hot here a lot because I live in the southeast of the United States of America. I live in South Carolina, coastal, hot, steamy. So this one has the bags I bought. I bought a, this is so cute. It's a little baby West Knits canvas tote bag. Oh, I freaking love it. It's so cute. Perfect sock bag. It's perfect. Even for a small shawl, like the beginning of a shawl, this is so cute. And I wanted some things with West Knits on it because, you know, I did this yarn along, and I've done I did his last year's, what is a mystery knit along. I'm gonna do it again this year too. So this is really cute. It's called the West Knits Bucket Mini, and it was on sale for really cheap, like $4, guys, maybe $5. This is written in, I'm not sure what Amsterdam uses, maybe kind of looks like the pound symbol. I don't know. Yeah, but that was only $4.13. I don't know what their money is, but then I bought this one. It says Stephen and Penelope's Fine Yarns with the little baby sheepies. This one was also cheap, so I had to have it. And it's got sheep on it, so obviously I needed it. Beautiful. And the last bag I bought was this one. You can't even tell it's Stephen and Penelope. It's just a solid black bag. It's got a very large bottom. I like it. But it has the Stephen and Penelope label on the side, and it's all black, which is really pretty. I like it. Canvas also. So, beautiful. Happy with those. So now let's open the mystery. I have no idea what this looks like. The last two have been beautiful, though. I enjoyed this so much. I want to do this again next year. If I can, I'm going to. Like, it was expensive, but if I can do it again, I will do it again. Because all the yarn that I've gotten speaks to me, and all of the yarn that I've gotten, I will use. And I wouldn't have purchased had it not been for this. So, open it up. I open it from the side because I don't really know how to open these boxes. So, slide it out. Out of here. Shipping label. Ooh! This is a very stunning package. There are 4 this time. The last 2 times there were 3 yarns. Look. Ah! Essence of Autumn hand-dyed yarns in the color Zephyr. That's bright. Then we have, oh no, Zephyr's the base. I'm slow. Color is Red Hot. I can see it. This one is the color Firecracker. This is beautiful, guys. Look at the depths of colors here. Wow. Then you get a West Knits Yarn Along patch to signify that you were a part of this. And it does say 2022 right there, so that's really cool. Ooh! I don't know what this is, but I'll look into it. Then I got Life in the Long Grass. I've wanted to try their yarn before, and I never have. These are all in the singles bases. Singles. They're single ply. I should have said that. This, ooh, Superwash and Cashmere and Silk are what these two are. This one is 100% Superwash Merino. And in the colorway, Pollinate. This is my favorite out of this batch. This is so pretty. This looks like a tomato bush to me. Because you got the tomatoes, the unripe tomato, the grass, the sun. This is so pretty. And the last color I got was Parchment, also by Life in the Long Grass. So I'm excited to see that the shawl they put together with these colors, this is a bold color. I mean, it matches my hair very well. Like, this matches me very well. Good job, Stephen. I love them. Beautiful. So that's all I don't know what this is. This has got like a ring on it with these little, I think these are llama. I don't know what this is. If somebody knows what this is, let me know. There's a bunch of them on the ring. So I'm not sure. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this re-entry into the podcast world. I will see you all again in a few weeks with hopefully an update with all these finished objects. All right. See you soon, guys. Peace. Keep hope alive. Okay.